So this location's not far from Hidden Valley, and it's a prominent ridge that goes along the road leading up to Hidden Valley. And you can see that this ridge is made up of lots of boulders. With closer inspection, you see there's a lot more grain sizes than just boulders here, and that you can see easily down to sand size. And if you look even more carefully at these sorts of features, you'll see that there's grain sizes down to clay size. So we have a full range of grain sizes making up this ridge, from boulder down to clay. And we would say that these sediments that were deposited to form this ridge has very poor sorting. Closer inspection of these sorts of ridges also shows that there's a lack of layering. And so the question is then, what sort of process produces a ridge of poorly sorted, unlayered sediments, such as this ridge that we're looking at here? The two obvious choices would be streams and the other being glaciers. Streams or rivers usually does a very good job at sorting sediment, meaning you would get a limited range of grain sizes, say boulder to sand, but not down to clay size material being deposited with the boulders and sand. Further, streams would produce layered sediments. And so you would have layers with coarser grains or larger grain sizes and layers with finer grain sizes. And we don't see that here. And so that leads us to a glacier depositing this ridge. And so any deposit, any glacially transported material is called till. And when that till is deposited in a ridge or in a flat layer, we call those moraines. And what we're standing on, in fact, is what's called a lateral moraine. And lateral moraines form on the sides of glaciers. And so glaciers pick up material as they erode in the cirques and as they flow downhill. And as those glaciers melt out, they then deposit the boulders, sand, all the way down to clay-sized particles in a poorly sorted, unlayered ridge, such as we see here in this lateral moraine. Carefully looking around, you will also see on some boulders some fairly flat sides. And those are also a good indicator that this was glacially transported material, because those flat sides form when that boulder is being dragged along the base of that glacier on top of bedrock, and that flattens out the side of the boulder. They're subtle, but they're there if you look carefully.